வந்து ஒரு ஸ்லிப் வச்சார் ரோஹித் சர்மா அந்த ஏர்லி ஆன் இந்த ஒரு கான்ஃபிடன்ஸ் அந்த ஒரு மூவ் கிடைச்ச ஒரு ரிவார்ட் தான் அது ஸ்லிப்ல இப்போ ஒரு பெரிய இன்னிங்ஸ் ஆடிதான் ஆகணும் 130 ஓட பெட்டரா
हेलो हेलो। मैंने व्हाट्सएप किया वो कुछ वहाँ जो सबके नाम शो हो रहे हैं। हाँ जी, हाँ जी, एकदम नर्सिंग फिर यस यस यस। वो एक
എൻട്രി എന്നൊരു ഓപ്ഷൻ ഉണ്ടല്ലോ. ഓക്കെ, അത് കൊടുത്തിടുക.
الو السلام عليكم. Hi, good afternoon. Okay.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Is it okay? Hi, my name is Hessa from Dubai Municipality. Is it okay if I try to share my slides just to check if it works from my side?
Yes, ma'am, sure.
Wait.
Yes, please, Hassan. You can try sharing your slide. Thank you.
Are you able to see it?
Yes.
Yes, your slides are visible, but it's not.
And
It's not.
there is a short video that I would like to try and share as well.
That and for the slides, that was screen mode. You may please click full screen while during your presentation as part of the BSR. Thank you.
Sorry.
So while making the presentation, you can try clicking in full screen mode.
Okay. The audio is working?
No, we can just see the screen, no audio yet.
No audio yet. I don't know how to share it with the audio. Can anyone guide me, please? Share content. Okay, I think I can share now.
Movement between the countries. The efforts by the Food Safety Department of Dubai
The audio is working now?
Municipality are to inform food manufacturers and exporters about the requirements of food imports to the Emirate of
Okay. You were able to hear the audio or not?
No, not yet, madam.
No audio. Okay. So, Mr. Who will be sharing? On behalf of me, I'm not sure. I spoke to Mr. Rajiv and he told me that someone will be sharing the screen.
Ma'am, we haven't received your PPT as of yet. I'll just give you my text you my email so that you can share the video and PPT to my email ID, and I will share it. I'll share it here.
Okay.
I will just text you my email ID.
All right.
Yes, I have WhatsApp my email ID. Can you please send across the video to that email?
Yeah, hi, good afternoon, everyone. Am I audible properly? This is the Office of Deputy Chief of Mission, Mr. Sandeep Kumar Bayapu. Hello, am I audible to everyone?
You are audible.
Okay, thank you, thank you.
Food manufacturers and exporters play an important role in the food trade with the cooperation of importers. By knowing the food regulations and requirements of the importing country, which facilitates the trade movement. Food manufacturers and exporters about the requirements of food imports to the Emirate of Dubai.
Spice Board India now leads the global spice route. Welcome to our virtual marketplace for India spice exporters with exclusive benefits. Get access to thousands of verified, live, and tested importers from around the globe. Explore global markets in real time from the comforts of your 24/7 virtual office with our smart AI-driven platform shortlists, suggests, and connects you with most relevant importers from around the world. Grow your business across continents with real-time translations, video, and chats too. Get access to key forecasts, trends, import data, and in-depth analysis of everything spice. Spice Exchange India is your one-stop digital gateway to the world of spice.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. A warm welcome to you all to the virtual Biosala meet for Indian spices with focus on UAE. Here are a few announcements for your information. Before entering into the program, please make sure that you have switched off audio and webcam from the control panel in the bottom of the WebEx app. The order of speakers will be the same as given in the agenda.
At the outset, we at Spices Board are delighted to extend our sincere gratitude to the officials of Indian Embassy at Abu Dhabi, the leading spice exporters from across United Arab Emirates, so leading spice importers from UAE, spice exporters from India, officials of Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Government of India, as well as to all the other participants in the Biosala meet. As you all are aware, Spices Board, Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Government of India, is the flagship organization for the development and worldwide promotion of Indian spices. The board is an international link between the Indian exporters and the importers abroad, and has been spearheading activities for excellence of Indian spices involving every segment of the industry. The United Arab Emirates is a major export market for Indian spices. With a view to further promote the export of Indian spices to UAE, Spices Board, in association with the Embassy of India, Abu Dhabi, is organizing this virtual Biosala meet. The program envisages to provide a common platform for buyers and sellers of the industry to interact directly and establish effective business linkages so as to facilitate the trade in spices between India and UAE. More than 40 UAE importers and 200 Indian spice exporters from across the country are attending this event.
The program will have 3 sessions. The first session will be the inauguration of the program, followed by a technical session and a buyer-seller interaction. On today's significant event, we have with us Mr. Sandeep Kumar Bayapu, IFS, Deputy Chief of Mission, Embassy of India, Abu Dhabi, UAE. Mr. Divakar Nath Misra, IAS, Joint Secretary Plantation, Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Government of India. Mr. D. Satyan, IFS, Secretary, Spices Board, India. Ms. Hassa Al-Sumaiti, Senior Hygiene Officer, Food Safety Department, Dubai Municipality. Mr. Alok Malviya, IRS, Director, Foreign Trade Vana, Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Government of India. Mr. Rajiv Arora, IFS, Second Secretary, Commerce, Embassy of India, Abu Dhabi. Mr. B.N. Jha, Director, Marketing, Spices Board, India. Mr. Nidhin Jo, Deputy Director, Spices Board, India. May I now invite Mr. Nidhin Jo, Deputy Director, Spices Board, India, for the welcome address.
Respected dignitaries, Sri Sandeep Kumar Bayapu, Deputy Chief of Mission, Embassy of India, Abu Dhabi. Mr. Divakar Nath Misra, Joint Secretary, Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Government of India. Sri D. Satyam, Secretary, Spice Board, India. Ms. Hassa Al-Sumaiti, Senior Food Hygiene Officer, Dubai Municipality. Sri Alok Malviya, Director, Foreign Trade, Vana Division, Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Government of India. Mr. Rajiv Arora, Second Secretary, Commerce, Embassy of India, Abu Dhabi. Mr. B.N. Jha, Director, Marketing, Spices Board. Leading spice importers and trade representatives from UAE. Spice exporters from across India, and my dear colleagues. As we all know, India-UAE relations has become a pivot of India's Look West policy. Shared economic visions and geopolitical outlooks have spurred both the countries to seek to expand cooperation across multiple domains, notably in investment, technology, and the knowledge economy. With the Emirates establishing its position as a logistics hub for India and other Asian economies, there is vast potential for re-export of Indian products from UAE to various parts of the world, in addition to the significant prospects for direct trade. The UAE is home to around 3.3 million Indians and is the third largest trade partner of India. The India-UAE Food Summit held last year has reportedly paved way for a commitment to invest over $7 billion in the food sector. Today's Biosala meet, we hope, will be a step in the right direction to boost trade in spices and food products between India and the UAE in both direct export and re-export verticals. With this note, I would like to assume my official responsibility of delivering the welcome address. First of all, I would like to welcome Sri Sandeep Kumar Bayapu, Deputy Chief of Mission, Embassy of India, Abu Dhabi, to this BioSalam meet. Next, I would like to welcome Sri Divakar Nath Misra, Joint Secretary, Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Government of India, to today's program. Next, I would like to welcome Sri D. Satyam, Secretary, Spices Board, to this virtual BioSalam meet for promotion of spices with focus on UAE. Now, may I welcome Ms. Hassa Al Sumaiti, Senior Food Hygiene Officer, Dubai Municipality, to today's program, who would also be handling a presentation in the technical session. Next, may I welcome Sri Alok Malviya, Director Foreign Trade, Wana Division of Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Government of India, to this international BioSalam meet. Now, may I welcome Mr. Rajiv Arora, Second Secretary Commerce, Embassy of India, Abu Dhabi, with whom we at Spices Board have been coordinating extensively over the past couple of weeks for having all of us here in this virtual platform today. Now, may I welcome Mr. B.N. Jha, Director Marketing, Spice Board India, to this BioSalam meet. Now, I would like to welcome the leading spice importers as well as all the other participants in today's program from the United Arab Emirates from across various verticals. It's really our pleasure to have a lot of participants from UAE in today's program, which signifies the commitment for boosting the trade in spices between India and UAE. Also, it's heartening to note the active participation of more than 200 firms from India representing spice exporters in today's BioSalam meet. And I would like to welcome all the participants from India who are on board with us today in this BioSalam meet as sellers of spices and spice products. I trust that this BioSalam meet will serve as an effective platform for boosting trade ties between Indian exporters and the spice buyers of UAE. Wish you all a fruitful business interaction. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Now, may I request Mr. Alok Malviya, IRS, Director Foreign Trade, Wana Division, Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Government of India, to deliver the special address. Over to you, sir.
Thank you. Shri Divakar Nath Mishra, JS Plantation, Department of Commerce. Shri Satyan, Secretary, Spices Board. Shri Sandeep Kumar, Shri Rajiv Arora, distinguished representatives of the UAE government, officers of the Department of Commerce, Embassy of India in Abu Dhabi, and Spices Board, and leaders of the world of commerce. Very good afternoon to all of you. I would like to express my appreciation to the Spices Board and the Embassy of India, Abu Dhabi, for organizing this virtual BioSalam meet for promotion of Indian spices with focus on UAE. I am of the view that this will provide an excellent platform for the trade fraternity of India and the UAE to strengthen business ties. Now our bilateral relations with UAE have seen a tremendous growth in the past few years. There have been several visits by political leaders of both countries. Our economic and commercial relationship also continues to be extraordinary despite the challenges posed by the COVID pandemic. Though the last financial year, that is 2021, was an exceptional year, the total goods trade touched nearly 60 billion in the 2 years prior to that. That is in the years 2018 and 19 and 2019 and 20. Moreover, what is of consequence is that the overall balance of trade also improved in those years with fairly equitable outcomes for both the countries. The Ministry of Commerce and Industry in India has been taking various steps to facilitate trade of India with other countries and achieve economic and commercial cooperation. Such cooperation between India and UAE was further given impetus by the launch of negotiations of the India-UAE Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement, the CEPA, on 22nd September 2021 on the occasion of visit of UAE's Minister of State for Foreign Trade, Dr. Thani bin Ahmed Al Zayudi, to India. Now, the Foreign Trade VANA Division of Department of Commerce in the Ministry of Commerce and Industry focuses on promotion of India's trade with West Asia and North Africa region. This region comprises of 19 countries, including United Arab Emirates, which is a major trade partner for us. The division to strengthen trade and economic cooperation takes part in variety of activities like bilateral meetings and institutional mechanisms such as Joint Trade Commission meetings, joint working group meetings, etc., with the various countries, with the significant trade partners in various countries. The exports of spices and spice products to VANA during financial year 2020-21 was valued at over 500 million and accounts for 16% in volume and around 13% in value of India's total spice export. So this is an important trading partner as regards trade in spices. UAE is the leading export destination in the VANA region for Indian spices. Some of the major items that are exported are chilies, cardamom, cumin, curry powder, turmeric, nutmeg, etc. In the spices sector, we have set an export target for ourselves in this year of US $4.8 billion. With respect to the VANA region, we are targeting export of spice and spice products worth over US $556 million, and to UAE in particular of over 200 million. And with the active support of the spice and the Embassy of India in Abu Dhabi, which I know for sure are working ceaselessly to promote trade and anticipate and eliminate the various technical barriers to trade or other procedural issues which might inhibit trade in the sector and in the region, I'm sure this target will be achieved. And we must, on the occasion of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, work with a lot of zeal towards this. In the end, I would like to say that I hope that this buyer-seller meet, this virtual buyer-seller meet, would be a significant step in further strengthening the trade ties between India and UAE and would promote export of spices and spice products from India to UAE and to the VANA region. And it will, in short, be extremely fruitful. So looking forward to these interactions. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. May I request Mr. Divakar Nath Misra IAS, Joint Secretary Plantation, Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Government of India, to deliver the special address.
Thank you, ma'am. My friends, colleagues from Embassy, Spices Board, from Ministry, our friends from spices export, our friend from Abu Dhabi, UAE, importers, all the trade bodies, people who are closely associated with us in this venture. A very good afternoon to all of you. As ma'am has told, I'm the Joint Secretary concerned in the ministry who looks after this spices trade. And I'm very happy to be part of this event today. In fact, it's my real pleasure and honor to be here present today at this moment. And I would like to place my nation on record for the embassy and also Spices Board who have together put effort to organize this webinar where exporters and importers they can interact and they can have some way forward today. In fact, the India and UAE enjoy a close and very friendly relationship based on historic and cultural ties. People to people contacts and barter trade for clothes and spices from India in exchange for dates and pearls from the region have been there for centuries. Today, when we talk about India UAE trade relation, bilateral relation, spice trade, any other trade, it always reminds us about the ancient trade routes which were there from centuries. In fact, today we have moved a lot of forward miles, and today we enjoy a very good trade relation with each other. And to strengthen that, as Alok was telling, to strengthen that we are here to explore some more facets of trade, including spices. Today, though this webinar has been organized by Spices Board for promoting spices and exporting spices to UAE, which is, we see, closely very related to our cultural cuisine also. The spices we use in our food, they all are same in the foods available in the Middle East and UAE. Whatever we name, like chilies, cumin, nutmeg, cardamom, turmeric, caraway, all you name it, and it's there in the cuisine of Middle East. So India, that way, is a natural partner of spices with the Middle East. If you see, in today's world, after COVID, which has changed the socio and cultural dynamics of each and every society, country, I would like to stress upon few things. One is after COVID pandemic, we all have suffered a lot, and now we all have become very conscious about healthy food and also uh, very hygienic food. In terms of foods which has not been grown on use of pesticides, antibiotics, any other chemicals which can harm our body and immune system. After COVID-19, we all have realized the value of good quality food and the food which can give boost to our immunity system. That's only natural way to keep ourselves healthy and be alive. So in this context, I would like to tell that when this COVID pandemic 2 years, almost 1.5 years ago, knocked on our doors, India has emerged as a global food supplier. It has not happened in a day. It has not happened because of the fact that India is the largest producer of agriculture commodities and grains. It has happened because India has been able to keep the trust of important countries that India can provide a very good quality food stuff for the consumption, which is harmless, which has a international quality, and which can match on any standard. When it comes to standard, we in India try to maintain a good quality of our product, and accordingly Spices Board and EIC and APIDA and other agencies like FSSAI, they all are very aware and proactive in maintaining that quality in that product. But recent days we are also trying to sensitize our farmers and educate them to adopt very obviously good agriculture practices so that whatever produce they bring out are free from chemicals, antibiotics, and pesticides. India has been using these spices for centuries. Say for turmeric. In our tradition, in our mythology, whenever somebody gets hurt, say if you have swelling, if you have pain, our dadi amma, like grandmothers used to give us turmeric with milk. They used to add ginger with turmeric with good, that is called raw sugar, and treat us when we are having any type of severe allergy, cold allergy, or we are having any joint pain, or we are having any pain which has caused through operation. Indian spices have therapeutic use and also the use for immunity boosting. So when we have seen right from childhood, whenever somebody is having any problem, any illness you have, there is a remedy in these spices. You have bloating of stomach, you can take cumin, you can take the water of certain spices mixed with soft, that is called, then there is a cardamom which is widely used in kahwa in Kashmir, which gives you a lot of warmth. There is a, even they use chilies in treating certain diseases. My point which I'm making is India has used its spices as an Ayurvedic treatment for certain diseases, and the immunity boosting capability of our spices are well known in the world, and there is still a lot of, after COVID, a lot of research is going on wherein we can find that Indian spices are very good for a very good health of human being. Even in the context and the fact which provide that we are largest producer of these spices, and given the tradition of our trade with UAE, I would urge this forum that we can deliberate upon to increase our trade spices, because what we are exporting today is a very less amount, around 5% in values in India's export going to UAE, wherein we have a huge potential. We can also supplement with our quality raw material which can be processed in UAE and can be exported to other countries. In that scenario, I would like to request all the stakeholders who are present today to deliberate upon the issues, the bottlenecks which they are facing for promoting this trade from India, and suggest a certain mechanism, suggest certain helps which are required to increase this trade. Spices Board, I'm assuring you on the behalf of them, on the behalf of Ministry, that they will not allow any stone unturned to address your concerns. But this trade, which is as to my mind, it's very less. It can go to many fold. It can go to at least 5 to 7 times in few years. So we need to put in extra effort to achieve that. In fact, Government of India has already fixed certain targets for all the countries. So we are also working on that. Besides this, I would request and I would urge this forum that we should positively deliberate upon the issues so that our spices trade with UAE takes a leap and bounce, jump, and we become a largest trade partner in these terms. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity, and I would be very keen to listening to you all and trying to address your concerns as much as possible from the Government of India Ministry. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Now, I would like to request Mr. D. Satyan, Secretary Spices Board India, to deliver the special address.
Mr. Sandeep Kumar Bayapu, Deputy Chief of Mission, Embassy of India, Abu Dhabi, Dr. Divakarnath Mishra, Joint Secretary, Plantations, Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Government of India. Mr. Alok Malviya, ARS, Director, Foreign Trade, Vana Division, Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Government of India. Mr. Rajiv Arora, Second Secretary, Commerce, Embassy of India, Abu Dhabi. My colleagues from Spices Board, leading spice importers from UAE, spice exporters from India, Dr. Isam from Dubai Municipality. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon to you all. First of all, I would like to thank Embassy of India, Abu Dhabi, on behalf of Spices Board for associating with us to organize this international BSM today. We all know that India is the largest producer, consumer, as well as exporter of spices in the world. And Spices Board under the Ministry of Commerce and Industry is the flagship organization mandated to promote Indian spices world over. As per the recent Ministry of Commerce data, our spices exports to the world has crossed 17 lakhs metric tons during last year in terms of quantity, and we have crossed $4 billion mark for the first time during the last financial year in terms of export value. This amounts to about 37% growth in volume and 16% growth in rupee terms and 11% growth in dollar terms over the previous year. And currently, UAE is placed as the fourth largest export destination for Indian spices. And during the last year, 2021, we exported 1,15,400 metric tons of spices to UAE alone, which is valued at around $220 million, which is about 6% of our total export volume and 5% of about our total export value. And Mr. Divakarnath Mishra has already highlighted the strengths of the Indian spices. And we all know that during the pandemic impacted recent 1.5 or 2 years period, the demand for spices has increased world over, and India could take the challenge of meeting the requirement of spices from various parts of the country, and which has resulted in the excellent export performance of spices from India. When we talk about UAE, the major spices of export are chilies, cardamom small, cumin, curry powder, turmeric, nutmeg, ginger, coriander, tamarind, etc. And we have about 167 exporters who are active and dealing with spices, exporting them to UAE as of now. About India and UAE ties, since time immemorial, there has been a continuous and close trade and cultural relationship between India and UAE, especially in the sphere of trade and commerce. People-to-people contacts and barter trade for cloths and spices from India in exchange for dates and pearls from the region have existed for centuries. This is what our history says. Today, UAE and India share political, economical, and cultural ties. There are over 1 million Indians living in the United Arab Emirates as of now, being by far the largest migrant group in the country. The Indian spices sector views Dubai not only as a leading consumer of spices, but also as a re-export hub, where from Indian spices can reach other countries of the world. As per one of the 2019 report referring to the Department of Economic Development, DED Dubai, which is available on the net, indicates to us that more than 514 companies are operating in the spice trade sector in Dubai. The report also shows that Indians lead the top 10 nationalities investing in this sector, followed by the citizens from other countries. We all know that India is the spice bowl of the world, and Indian spices are known for their intrinsic qualities and flavor. Global demand for spices has been growing, and UAE can serve as our main distribution point to reach out spices to very many countries. In this regard, I wish to point out the potential to increase our supply of spices further to the United Arab Emirates. Exactly this point was highlighted by Dr. Divakarnath Mishra also in his talk. Data shows that out of UAE's total import of 275 million US dollar of cardamom, less than 50 million comes from India, which can be increased. In garlic, against a total import of 64 million US dollars into UAE, our share is only 1.21 million US dollars. In ginger, against a total import of 57 million US dollars into UAE, India's share is only 7.75 million US dollars. In all these spices, our production base provides us enough leverage to increase our spices exports. India can supply more turmeric, cumin, and other seed spices, chili, curry powder, spice oils, and oleoresins, etc. to UAE. I wish this IBSM will support and increase the export of Indian spices to UAE. Spices are essential ingredients of many of the famous dishes of UAE. I wish to point out that there is potential to increase export of value-added spices and spice products in the segments like seasoning, pastes of chili and other spices, blends for the use in restaurants and for institutional use, etc. Spice oils and oleoresins have good potential among the food and meat processing industries. Proper demonstration and education on the usage and application will have a better impact and contribute to market expansion. Contract processing and packing of spices as per buyers' requirements has also got better potential. Spices Board has been encouraging Indian spice export houses to participate in international fairs that's happening the length and breadth of the whole world. And coming to this region, Gulf Food Dubai, which is an international trade fair, which is one of the largest business platforms for the food sector. It's happening in Dubai every year, and Spices Board has been participating without fail in all these years. And we take along with us a group of spice exporters in India and facilitate them to exhibit their products for the world to see. Spice Board would like to thank the Indian Embassy in Dubai for promoting GI tagged saffron recently through a dedicated event. It happened in the year 2020 during the fag end of the year. And we would like to know the impact that the event has created so that we may plan to organize similar events covering a variety of spices. Before ending, I wish to inform the gathering today that Spices Board India will soon be launching Spice Exchange India, Trade Route to Indian Spices. It's a digital platform to link Indian spice suppliers to the spices fraternity located across the globe on a 24/7 basis. This portal is equipped with global spice trade data, artificial intelligence-based matchmaking, and various other features which are useful for the exporters as well as importers in reaching out to each other in furtherance of their trade deals. This portal will be available on subscription and which will be launched very soon. And Indian exporters may visit this portal to have a brief glimpse. Some of the features are not enabled as of now. So this contents may be contents are available at spiceexchangeindia.com. And I would like to, at the end of my talk, I would like to request Mr. Nitin, Deputy Director here, to play a demo video which may run just 1 minute for the information of all of you. With this, I would like to stop here. I sincerely hope that this international BSM provides us an effective platform to have fruitful deliberations, and this will help us to increase our reach of Indian spices to UAE and to other countries. I would like to once again thank the Embassy of UAE for their support in organizing today's event. I would like to thank all the participants for being with us today. Thank you all.
Spice Board India now leads the global spice route. Welcome to our virtual marketplace for India's spice exporters with exclusive benefits. Get access to thousands of verified, live, and tested importers from around the globe. Explore global markets in real time from the comforts of your 24/7 virtual office with our smart AI-driven platform shortlists, suggests, and connects you with most relevant importers from around the world. Grow your business across continents with real-time translations, video, and chats too. Get access to key forecasts, trends, import data, and in-depth analysis of everything spice. Spice Exchange India is your one-stop digital gateway to the world of spice. For limitless spicy benefits and limitless opportunities, subscribe today.
Thank you, sir, for the special address. We are now to witness the inauguration of our BSM. I would like to request Mr. Sandeep Kumar Bayapu, IFS, Deputy Chief of Mission, Embassy of India, Abu Dhabi, for the formal inauguration of the BSM meet and to deliver the inaugural address. Over to you, sir.
Thank you. And Secretary, Spices Board of India, Shri D. Satyan, Joint Secretary, Plantation, Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Shri Diwakar Nath Mishra, Director, Foreign Trade, Vana, Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Shri Alok Malviya, Senior Food Hygiene Officer, Dubai Municipality, Hassa Al Sumaiti, exporters from India and importers from UAE, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and namaste. It gives me an immense pleasure to join this virtual business meet. I'm glad to note that a number of leading Indian exporters and importers from the UAE are participating in this meet. As you all are aware, the Indian spices are renowned across the world for their rich intrinsic qualities since time immemorial. Today, Indian spices are the most sought after globally, given their exquisite aroma, texture, and taste. Gradually, with larger awareness, acceptance, and practice of traditional Indian systems of knowledge, including yoga and Ayurveda, the therapeutic value of the Indian spices is also getting reinforced. While traditionally spices in India have been grown in small land holdings, organic farming is gaining prominence in recent times with institutional support from public as well as the private sector. India is the world's largest producer, consumer, and exporter of the spices. The country produces about 75 of the 109 varieties listed by the International Organization for Standardization and accounts for half of the global trading in spices. India continues to be the leader in production, export, and consumption of spices in the world. a point which has been emphasized by speakers earlier. Ladies and gentlemen, India has been a trusted and reliable partner to the UAE to meet its food and food products requirements. Since the start of COVID pandemic, India has consistently supplied food products to the UAE, including through air cargo. In the coming years, this partnership and cooperation will deepen further through dedicated food corridors and will become a vital pillar of our bilateral partnership. India and the UAE share historic people-to-people relations and a strong cultural affinity. We know each other's cuisine and taste. The UAE is also a place of diverse nationalities. The diversity of the UAE offers a potential opportunity for both Indian traders and the UAE businesses to introduce a wider range of spices of India to consumers in the UAE. The UAE location also provides an opportunity to tap into European and African markets, given the strong logistics linkages that are being further strengthened. In this context, I note the Spices Board of India has launched this Spice Exchange India, which is also a very interesting initiative, and I hope all the participating exporters and importers will find it interesting to explore it. The interactive segment of today's meeting could be utilized to gather feedback from the UAE participants for addressing any issues. I compliment Spices Board for their tireless efforts to enhance India's spices exports. I also welcome companies from the UAE to approach the embassy in case of any specific facilitation needed to address their sourcing requirements. I thank all participants for joining the event and wish everyone a productive business engagement. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. With this, we are moving on to the technical session. I would like to invite Mr. B.N. Jha, Director Marketing, Spices Board, to make a brief presentation on the Indian spice industry and prospects.
Respected Diwakar Nath Misra Sahab, Joint Secretary, Ministry of Commerce, Government of India. Respected Shri Satyan Sahab, Secretary, Spices Board of India. Shri Sandeep Kumar Bayapu, Deputy Chief of Mission, Embassy of India, Abu Dhabi. Dignitaries of the Embassy of India, Abu Dhabi, officials of United Arab Emirates, our importers, exporters. I will take you through a brief Spices Board presentation, which gives a detailed about Indian industry of spices exports. Next. A Spices Board mandate, as you would be aware, it is constituted by the Act of Parliament, the year 1986. It promotes and regulates around 52 scheduled spices in the form of curry powders, main spices, various oils, olorogins, extracts, value-added spices, etc. And mandate is for the production, research, and domestic marketing and export promotion of cardamom, small and large. Our mandate for research, production, and domestic marketing of spices other than cardamom is vested with the Union Ministry of Agriculture and concerned state and horticulture department. We perform also quality evaluation analytical work with our established various laboratories across India. And the Spices Board is the designated competent authority for promoting and regulating spices exports from India by major importing countries, including European Union. The Spices Board has office, network, and quality evaluation labs in the major production, processing, and export hubs of spices in India, including northeastern region of India. Next. In India has a production capacity of around 10.45 million metric ton of spices production. Those who export the spices from India need to register with us. We are having in our around 7,000 exporters estimated, registered exporters. Of them, 600 are manufacturer exporters. Of our total basket of export, 50% is of value-added spices exports. And we have a very strong demand of spices ourselves, which is around 85% of the spices produced, we ourselves consume it, and rest 15% is met for the export purpose. And we are the major producer, consumer, and exporter of spices. And within this framework, we also have around 26 geographical GI spices which have a registered tag with the Spices Board as well as with the various institutions across India. And the main GI spices are like Malabar pepper, which is well known across the world, Alapi green cardamom. The Naga mircha is there, which is the hottest spices, one of the hottest spices in the world, a mircha in the world. And for the color purpose, it is a Guntur Badigi chili and another Guntur Sanam chili. These are registered with the Spices Board, and other, which total comprises of 26 GI spices. India has a capacity to fetch the global market. Next. As it is already informed, the total export in 2020-21, we had met around 17 lakhs, 58,000 metric ton, which was valued at 31,000 crores, worth $4 billion US. This is the first time we have achieved the spices exports from India. And the export earning over 2019-20 compared to 2021 is 16% in rupees terms. We have increased and around 11% in US dollars. And growth in export volume is quite good. It is around 37% altogether. The number of spices items exported are around 225 spices, different range of spices and spices products, which have been exported. And we have exported to almost around 180 countries in the year 2021. And major items, spices exports are chili, mint, cumin, cardamom small, ginger, pepper, turmeric, coriander, curry powder, mint products, spice, oils, and oleoresins, which are also exported to United Arab Emirates. And the major destinations are USA, China, Bangladesh, UAE, Thailand, and other major countries. Next. The spice trade with the United Arab Emirates is the India's fourth largest trading partner for spices, with a share of almost 6% in volume and 5% in value of India's spice exports, as it was earlier spoken by our Secretary, sir. And the major spices what it is exported in the year 2021 to the United States Emirates comprises of chilies, then cardamom small, cumin, curry powders in various forms, then turmeric, nutmeg, mace, ginger, and various other spices comprised of around 217 million US dollar. It has been exported to the UAE. Next. This is a graphical depiction of the total spices consumed in UAE versus the spices exports from India. And we see that we have done quite good in the field of chilies export and curry powder. And it can be better performed if we do a quite good exports in the field of cardamom, garlic, ginger, pepper. So we need attention from our exporters, those who can pop spices, where United Arab Emirates has a lot of scope, and we can requirement to the UAE market. Our strategies to boost spice export to UAE would be global outreach through various international buyer-seller meets in association with Indian Mission during 21-22. We want to say that with a pinch of spices for a bunch of benefits, as we know the various medicinal and for the medicinal purpose, for the taste purpose, for the aromatic purpose, for the flavor purpose, various uses and various purposes are there for using the spices, which promotes health. It has got a very good immune boosting properties throughout in the spices before the global audience. And for effective redressal of trade concerns, whatever the concerns are there, we are effective. Those concerns related to quality or trade or non-trade, whatever issues are there, it is appropriately redressed. Next. As you can see in the map of India, the Spices Board is self-equipped with around 8 laboratories across India for mandatory parameters from Cochin, Chennai, Tuticorin, Mumbai, Guntur, Andhra Pradesh, Kandla in Gujarat, Narela in Delhi, and Kolkata. Recently, we have launched in West Bengal. Yeah, next. Our vision is to sustain the leadership in global trade of spices and value-added spices products and contributing to the growth of agricultural exports from India. Our mission is to become an international processing hub and premier supplier of clean, safe spices and spices products to the industrial and retail segments of the global spice market. The main challenge is to sustain India's leadership, as we are still the leader in the market, having almost around 48% of market coverage in global scenario. And in spices exports, it is an ongoing process from low-cost producers country, and to meet the increasingly stringent quality. There are nowadays we find a lot of stringent qualities measures are there which are adopted by various countries, which we need to find a solution and abide by those safe food exports by maintaining safety standards set by the major importing destinations. Next. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Now I invite Ms. Hassa Al-Sumaiti, Senior Food Hygiene Officer, Food Safety Department, Dubai Municipality, for handling a session on regulatory requirements and procedure for export of spices to UAE, to not for Indian exporters. Over to you, ma'am.
Hi, good afternoon from Dubai. I would like to thank everyone for organizing this event, and I'd like to welcome all the participants. My name is Hassa Al-Sumaiti. I'm from Dubai Municipality Food Safety Department. I will be discussing all the regulatory and requirements here in Dubai Municipality in order for you as exporters to export food to Dubai, what steps you need to do, what other regulations regarding documents, label, and export to Dubai, basically. So first of all, I would like to introduce, to let you know what is Food Safety Department. Food Safety Department is the executive body to ensure food safety in Dubai. We have 4 different sections here. Food trade control section, which facilitates food trade activities, imports and exports here in Dubai. Food inspection conducts routine inspections on all food establishments in Dubai for such as restaurants, hotels, the restaurants in the malls. So food inspection section is responsible for this routine inspections. We have permits and applied nutrition. They issue food related permits, which can be for short term or long term. Food studies and system section. We conduct risk assessment, risk-based assessment and studies to monitor compliance with local and regional regulations. Food trade control section we have 4 different units. We have shipments coming from seaports, airports, land ports, and we have consignment follow-up and DIP unit. These borders or these units are working 24 hours non-stop. So inspection is at the ports are conducted on regular basis, non-stop, even in holidays. We are doing it. We have also one service called DIP follow-up, DIP and follow-up team. We do inspection in company's warehouse. In case the inspection was not done at the port, we do also provide service for inspection at the warehouse. Our responsibilities is to inspect and release all imported food shipments for local market. We also do inspection for re-export purposes. We supervise food destruction process and verify the compliance of imported food stuff through physical inspection, labeling inspection, and doing sampling, conducting routine sample for lab based on risk assessment. Just to give you an idea about on monthly basis how many shipments we are receiving. We receive around the highest shipments coming from the seaport unit, which is around 12,600 shipment consignment per month, followed by the airport units, which mostly we receive products that has shorter shelf life. So we receive around 12,000 consignments per month, followed by the land port units, which is 6,000 consignment, and finally consignment follow-up and DIP unit. These are our services. We have 5 services in food trade control service section. You will be able to use all these services through our online system. You can apply for food consignment release permit, which is for local market. As you know, Dubai is like a trade hub, so we receive many shipments for re-export purposes. So we receive many shipments coming for re-export purpose. And for that, we have a service called Food Export Health Certificate. You can apply for Export Health Certificate through the online service. Food consignment transfer between Emirates in case you have a shipment coming from Dubai, but you want the inspection to be done in any other Emirate like Sharjah or Abu Dhabi. We also provide the service, food destruction service, but currently we are going for an alternative to make the planet more green and to save the environment. So we are doing, instead of destruction, we are going for recycling, or we have food bank or other services instead of destruction. Okay. We are using a food import and export system, which is going to be further developed. Basically, it's a system where we have track of all the food products that are coming through Dubai port. We can track the product. We have a log about how many times it came, how many times the product is imported. So everything is recorded or is there in our IFRS system. I'll give you a brief about, there are 2 stages as a customer that you are if you are planning to import food products to Dubai, through Dubai port. There are pre-import phase and after consignment arrival phase. Before bringing the product, you need to register your company in Dubai municipality's website. You need to have a valid trade license with any of the Emirates with an activity of general trade or any food related activity. Or of course, you can deal with a local distributor here and they can apply for import requests on your behalf. There will be a financial deposit before bringing the product, which is refundable. Items need to be registered, and we recommend to do label assessment before bringing the product. So there are 2 item registration is listing the products in our database and our system, and label assessment in case there is any unpermitted ingredient or there is anything banned or any unpermitted image or anything on the label, our team from Dubai municipality will give you feedback to modify the label before you bring it to Dubai. So in case of any modification required, you can avoid it and you will get a fast release of the shipment. We also recommend to do laboratory tests before bringing the shipment to, because what might be accepted there in India as a regulation or the standard might not be accepted here in Dubai. So we always recommend to do a pre-lab test before bringing the shipment. The exporter role is to ensure that all the documents are available. Now India has electronic integration systems for some certificates. So either original or electronic certificate is accepted. Then apply for online import request through the FIRS system. You can do it anywhere. So just make sure that all the documents are available and the request, you will have the username and password. You can apply for the import request anywhere around the world. After that, bring the shipment to the inspection area and provide all the original documents for verification. Physical inspection will be done at the port. And in case a lab test is required, we will make a sample request and the consignment will be released from the port. This entire process takes around 20 minutes at the port or less than 20 minutes at the port. So it's a fast service which is easy to apply. There is a short video that highlights all the food import requirements in more details that I'd like to share.
Food manufacturers and exporters play an important role in the food trade with the cooperation of importers by knowing the food regulations and requirements of the importing country, which facilitates the trade movement between the countries. The efforts by the Food Safety Department of Dubai Municipality are to inform food manufacturers and exporters about the requirements of food imports to the Emirate of Dubai. General information. Food manufacturers and exporters can export their food products to the UAE through any distributing company based in the UAE or directly by obtaining a trade license in the UAE having general trading or any food activity. Food label requirements. These requirements are to ensure that the product labels of food manufacturers exporting to the UAE comply with the current UAE Food Standard Number UAE S9, which is concerned with the explanatory statements prepared to reach the final consumer, and that all food standards and specifications can be obtained through the Emirates Standards and Metrology site. General requirements. Food labels and accompanying statements should be in Arabic, and when one or more other languages are used besides Arabic, all data in these languages must be identical to those written in Arabic. When mentioning the data in Arabic in another label on the original label of the package, the following is required. All data in Arabic should be on one additional label. The added label does not hide any information. Be difficult to remove. The food labels are not easily removable from the food packaging. The data should be clear, prominent, non-removable, and easy to read to the consumer. Do not use any names, symbols, marks, or images that are prohibited by law. To assess the food label to ensure that it complies with the United Arab Emirates requirements, food manufacturers and exporters must communicate with their distributor or importer in the UAE so that they may submit an application for food label assessment for the products to be exported by sending scanned label and product image. Document requirements. Food exporters must provide all documents of exported food consignments issued from the country of origin or country of export as follows. Health certificates issued by the related authority at the country of origin. Packaging list. Halal slaughtering certificate for meat and poultry, and halal certificate for products and food containing ingredients from animal sources. Any additional documents required, such as the radioactivity-free certificates from some countries, heavy metals-free certificates, dioxin-free certificates, certificate confirming that fish are not fed on animal protein, certificate proving the claim that the products are not genetically modified, certificate proving the claim that the products are organic, issued by the recognized bodies of the Ministry of Climate Change and Environment. Health or nutritional claims when needed, only accepted if certified by an internationally recognized scientific body. It is advisable to bring samples of the products to be imported and tested in Dubai's central laboratory of the Dubai municipality to ensure that the food products to be exported are compatible with the standards and specifications approved in the UAE. This is in order to avoid any refusal and delay of releasing of food consignments due to incomplete requirements, and to release the food shipments from the ports of entry in the United Arab Emirates, UAE, Dubai Emirate.
The video is very informative, and there are many requirements that are mentioned. I hope you have managed to take some notes. So the role of the exporters and importer is very important. There are different roles. You as an exporter, you need to make sure that you comply with food standards in UAE by checking the labeling and shelf life of the packed food, making sure that all the products are meeting the UAE standards, and making sure that all the documents that are required here by the municipality are provided and are issued from the authority there in India, the government health authority there in India, which is related to food. And all the documents must, the health certificate must be original, or there should be an online verification system so that we can check that the certificate is issued by government approved health entity. The importer role is also important. They need to apply for DM services because the username and password is given to the importer or the distributor here in Dubai. So the importer role is to apply for food label assessment and registration, follow inspection and release procedure at the port, and later after the inspection to make sure that the shipment is released from the system as well. Make sure that to submit all the required documents that comes with the shipment. During the video, I think you have seen that there are two types of requests: item registration and label assessment. Item registration enables traders to import their food products and apply for import requests. Apply for health certificate in case you're applying for export or any kind of health certificate. Do the laboratory testing. There will be tracking. Each item has a unique barcode, so which will be linked to the specific item. To recall the product in case if the item is unfit or there is any problem, we can easily track the product and recall it from the market. Label assessment is to make sure that you follow the compliance of food products with the UAE standards, to inform consignee of the labeling regulations and requirements in UAE. These are how to get the list of approved slaughterhouses. You can visit Ministry of Climate Change and Environment to check all the slaughterhouses that are available. And this is Ministry of Industry and Advanced Technology to get also the standards that are specified for each food product. These are very important websites that you need to keep in mind to check for halal and for standards. IAC is also to get all the halal certification bodies. Just to highlight that halal is only required for meat and poultry products or anything that is taken from meat and poultry. For spices, if there is nothing related to meat and poultry, halal certificate is not required. Now moving on for imported food statistics to Dubai. These are some statistics. Number of imported food consignment through the last 4 years. Food items were slightly decreased due to the pandemic in 2020, but overall the quantity in tons were increased because the essential food products such as rice, flour, grains, these were increased. Overall, even though the variety of food products were reduced, but the quantity of essential food products were increased in 2020. Statistics of food products for re-exports from Dubai. We have around 6,000 consignments re-exported in 2020, 10,000 containers, and 23,000 items with around 250,000 tons were re-exported from Dubai. Export food statistics from Dubai. Number of exported food consignments in 2020 were 71,000 consignments, 431,000 items, and 3,300,000 tons. Moving on to India's statistics. India is number one exporter of food consignment to Dubai. So we receive many items from India is the highest. We receive around 43,000 consignment in 2020 from India. And as for items, we received around 105,000 items from India, which is ranked second country for export of food products to Dubai. As for food exports by weight, also India is the second country, ranked as second country that is highly exporting to Dubai. Number of imported food consignments. These are statistics for last 5 years. As for containers, items from India. Total food quantity imported in tons. You can see that spices is the sixth highest imported category that is coming from India, herbs, spices, and coffee, around 51,000 tons. So spices plays a big role, and we receive a lot of spices from India. You can see here, comparing to other parts of the world, from around the world, we receive 44,000 tons, which is about 59% from entire world. But India itself, we are receiving spices from India around 41%, which is a big number. So spices coming from India is extremely high. These are the top imported items coming from India in 2020. You can see basmati rice, onions, rice, sugar, and spices are the highest top 20 items coming from India. Thank you for listening, and if you have any inquiries, please feel free to contact us through this email. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Hassan. With this, we are moving on to the heart of this program, the introduction by select importers of spices from UAE, followed by a brief introduction by 5 leading exporters from India. For the benefit of all the participants, we have made a brochure containing the details of all the participating exporters from India, as well as the participants from UAE, which has been shared to the Indian participants through the WhatsApp group, which has been formed for this Bioseller Meet. Also, in a couple of days, we will be making available this brochure in the Spices Board website, which is indianspices.com, from where interested people who haven't received it otherwise can access the brochure. So the introduction is as per a set list owing to these time constraints we have for today. So at first, I would like to invite the leading spice importers and participants from Dubai. To start with, Sharaf Group, Mr. Shyam Kapoor. I would request the invited speakers to kindly use the raise hand option in the WebEx platform, as we have not been able to locate some of them. So if in case you are muted, you please use the raise hand option in the WebEx platform so that we can identify you and unmute so that you can start speaking. Thank you. Mr. Shyam Kapoor, Vice President, Sharaf Group.
Hello.
Yes, Mr. Shyam.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, you are very well audible. Please carry on.
Yeah, okay. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Shyam Kapoor. I am the President and CEO of Sharaf Group. We are one of the players in the supply chain, adding value and enabling the suppliers to connect to the consumers and the buyers. Today, as we are all aware, the consumers are very demanding. They want everything at the click of a button, and that means that the product delivery has to happen very fast. And in this process, we believe that we play a very important role by assisting the producers to have their products packed ready for delivery to their distributors or to anyone else in the chain or the consumers as well. Today, the business can be operated on business to business basis or business to consumer basis, and we are facilitating such transactions through our network of logistics centers in the UAE as well as in the region. So, thereby enabling warehousing or e-commerce transactions and making sure that the products, that the producers, they connect to the distributors, the end consumers, and by doing so, we add value. One point which is very critical is that today, all of you must be experiencing that or knowing that the freight rates are, have gone up tremendously. India being in very close proximity to the UAE, we believe there is definitely an advantage for Indian exporters, spice or otherwise, to gain traction with the UAE market and to use this as a hub for connecting to other people in the chain in this region, or it might be Africa as well, because we have a lot of African buyers who come here and buy products. So today, India is uniquely situated in terms of getting an advantage as far as the freight rates are concerned because of its close proximity. The rates from, for example, from China or other places have gone up in a huge manner and which makes the products more expensive. But India being in close proximity, they could take advantage of this. All I want to say is that it will be our pleasure to be of service to the spice exporters as well as the importers here by providing them the main ingredient in the chain, and that is the logistics today. So we operate this business for the past several years as logistics service providers, very reliable ones over the years. And we would be willing to assist any of you if you have any requirement for either connecting to packers or connecting to distributors or connecting to anyone else in the chain which will assist you to export your products more. So this is in very brief what we do, and we can easily be connected at Sharaf Group, any one of you, and it will be our pleasure to service you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Shyam. Next, I would like to invite the representative from Lulu Group International, Mr. Nizam.
Hi, my name is Nizam. Can you hear me?
Yes, you are audible, Mr. Nizam.
Yeah.
Please carry on.
Thank you very much. My name is Nizam. I'm the director of FMCG Imports, behalf of Lulu Group International. I would like to thank to Embassy of Abu Dhabi, the Spices Board, and other dignitaries who's attending this meeting. So we are one of the biggest retailer in the Middle East, and we do importing lot of spices and pulses, rice, sugar, the many products from India. We always importing the lot of products from India. Currently, the spices we are mainly importing for that our roastery counter, which we are giving in the retail pack to the customer inside the store. Other than we do have importing lot of retail packs under different brands, which we are serving to directly to the customers in the shelf counters. So we are happy to all who all are exporting the spices from India. We would like to import lot of spices from India to UAE and other GCC market. So if you have any opportunity or if you have any good products which you want to suggest to Lulu Group, you can send an email to us. We always be happy to help India to import the products to UAE and other GCC market. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Nizam. You may leave your email ID in the chat box parallelly for the benefit of all the participants. Now, I would like to invite the representative from Al Maya Group, Mr. Hashmukh Shah. Mr. Hashmukh, if we have not been able to locate you online, so you may use the raise hand option WebEx so that we can unmute you. Mr. Hashmukh Shah, over to you, please. Meanwhile, I'll move on to the next representative from UAE. Ms. Hina Tahilani, Head of Retail Sector, Arab and India Spices LLC.
Hi. I'm Hina Tahilani from Arab India Spices, and firstly, I'd like to thank the Spice Board of India and all the other attendees. So our company was established in the year 1986 and has the unique distinction of being one of the first millers of various varieties of pulses and spices in the Middle East region. Currently, we have 17 processing lines that operate simultaneously under a massive 400,000 square feet premise, and all of these processing plants combined currently produce more than 15,000 metric tons a month. We also have 12 pulses storage silos, which hold 52,000 metric tons of pulses. Our supply chain extends covering the Far East, Middle East, Africa, Asia Pacific, Europe, UAE, Canada, and Australia. And we also have operational hubs in UAE, Qatar, Oman, Saudi Arabia, and Turkey. We predominantly deal in pulses and spices, and majority of our spices are imported from India. We import majority of our spices from the state of Gujarat and even have our own manufacturing unit there. In order to enhance India's spices exports to the UAE, a couple of things need to be considered. UAE is a very price conscious market, and hence the prices of spices have to be very sharp from India to compete with other global markets. And spice traders and processors have to ensure that the quality of the commodities that they supply are consistent throughout. There are also so many policy changes on import and export policies from India, and these affect the buying decisions, which result in sometimes lower trades. There's also, as discussed earlier as well, there's also so many logistical issues involved in the last few months, such as shortage of containers, the freight rates have doubled, and there's also difficulty in getting space on vessels. So I think in order to increase the exports, these issues need to be resolved quickly to ensure a smooth flow of business. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Hina. Next, I would like to invite the representative from KM Trading Group. Mr. Sharif from the Food Division of KM Trading Group. Moving on, we have with us Mr. Arihant Agarwal, CEO, Bombay Foodstuff Trading Company, LLC. Mr. Arihant, over to you.
Hello, everyone. Respect to all the dignitaries and all the members attending from India, from UAE, and wherever in the world. Am I audible?
Yes, please carry on.
Okay. So I represent Bombay Foodstuff Trading. It's a family-owned business from the past 30 years in the UAE, and we are one of the top importers for spices. Our forte is spices. We deal in all kinds of spices. Our 80% import is from India and 20% worldwide, rest of the countries. We don't what our business model is 80% re-export, 20% local. So what we do is we import spices from all over the world and then we re-export it to different countries. Our target markets are Africa, CIS, Russia, Algeria, and few others. The problem which we are facing from India, as one of the speakers said before also, is the freight and everything, the policy change, and is the pesticide control, which India wants is a methyl bromide, which is not available in Dubai. And the problem we are facing either in re-exporting or importing. So the methyl bromide is a big issue, and some pesticide issues from India's end in regards to the, there's some kind of a pytho issue which India is facing. I think that needs to be reconsidered for Dubai. And yes, I think everything else is good. We recently had one more embassy meeting also where we had discussed the same thing with the Indian Commerce from the Indian Chamber, and it was addressed to him as well. So yes, that's it. That's about from my side. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Arihant. Next, I would like to invite the representative from FitFresh LLC. I request you to please use the raise hand option so that we can unmute you. Moving on, Mr. Mohammad Ashraf, General Manager, Omega Spices Trading Company, LLC. Moving on. Mr. Rajendra Kumar Jain, partner, Spice Star Foodstuff Trading LLC. I would like to invite I'll send an unmute request. Yes, you are unmuted. Thank you.
This is Rajendra Kumar Jain. I'm an owner and managing partner of Spice Star Foodstuff, Dubai. First, I would like to thank you, Embassy of India, Abu Dhabi, and Spice Board of India, to invite me and organize the meeting. Spice Star Foodstuff is an exporter and importer of spices. We are dealing multiple origin spices, and we are mostly buying from India as well as the other originals. We are mainly engaged in the re-exports. We are supplying to the entire Middle East, Europe, and some of the spices to direct USA also.
All right, Mr. Rajendra Kumar, can you please specify the spices of your interest and the average quantity which you require annually?
We are mainly into cumin seed. We are mainly buying cumin seed from India, conventional as well as the organic also.
And the quantity, annual quantity?
Quantity is around 200 containers we are annually buying from India.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Rajendra Kumar. Next, I would like to invite the representative from Agro Factory, Mr. Amit Sethi, Managing Director. Mr. Amit, you can, if you are online, if you are with us now, you can use the raise hand option in the WebEx so that it would help us to locate you. Okay. Now, in addition to these speakers, if we have any of the spice importers from UAE with us who would like to speak in brief about their requirement for spices and any specific details in connection with the Indian spices, you may please use the raise hand option now. After that, we will move on to the brief introduction from some exporters from India. So I would like to call upon the spice importers from UAE to please use the raise hand option so that we can let you speak. We can listen from your demand for Indian spices. Okay, we will move on to the next part. I would like to invite the exporters, select exporters from India. To start off with, Samax India Private Limited.
Hello everyone, good evening from India. I am representing Emperor Akbar Alapi Green Cardamom. It's a flagship brand of Samax India Private Limited. We are delighted to be the largest exporter of the world famous Alapi Green Cardamom. The famous Alapi Green Cardamom of India has deservedly got a GI tag for its unique medicinal properties, aroma, and flavor. Emperor Akbar offers the spice in its unique aroma lock packs ranging from 50 grams, 100 grams, 250, 500 grams, 1 kilo, and even up to 5 kilos. We have been in this trade for 3 generations now and are deeply humbled by the trust that our customers have on us. UAE has been the gateway for the Middle East, West Asia, North Africa, Central Asia, and the rest of the world for India always. Alapi green cardamom has been the favorite aromatic spice of the world and is known to the world for centuries. We are grateful to the Indian Embassy, the Spices Board, who have given us this opportunity to showcase this spice. At the same time, I would like to take this opportunity to request the Indian Embassy specifically to if they can host an Alapi cardamom festival in UAE, just on what they did similar to the saffron festival. And we would be delighted to partner with them in any way requested. This Dubai is a confluence of cultures across the world. So having this festival in Dubai is an ideal place to showcase the various foods and products that use Alapi cardamom by various cultures: Scandinavian, European, Arab, African, Southeast Asian, or Asian population. And we could all showcase our products and dishes that use Alapi green cardamom. This way, it's a beautiful way of sharing the various use of this queen of spices across the culture. It will assist not just the exporters of Alapi green cardamom, but also the consumers in expanding their ideas of how they can use this delightful spice. Thank you all once again for giving us this opportunity, and I wish everyone well-being and happiness. Thank you. My contact details are there on the chat. They will follow you shortly. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Heyman. Next, I would like to invite Eastern Condiments Private Limited, Ms. Binsi.
Hi everyone, good evening to all. I'm representing Eastern Condiments Private Limited located in Kerala, India. We are the manufacturers of spices and masalas and also different types of food items, and we are exporting nearly 100 containers to various countries, major portion to UAE, especially to Dubai. Main challenges, as far as challenges are required, we are not having any issues with the Dubai shipments or anything, but we are facing issues for the shipment to other than GCC countries like US, Canada, Australia, and other countries for getting containers and non-availability of the vessels, and also one speaker said like freight increase. And that's all from our side. And special thanks to Dubai municipality for the authorities for the support providing us to clear the cargoes very fast. Thanks to Spices Board and the Indian Embassy for the opportunity given to us. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Binsi. Now I would like to invite Mr. Ajit, Synthate Industries Private Limited.
Yeah, hi. Good evening, everyone. Delegates from India and UAE. So it was nice to meet you all, and it was a good presentation by everyone. So about Synthate Industries Limited, we are based in Cochin, and the company was started in the year 1972. And we are the largest exporters of value-added spices and spice oleoresins and oils from India. We have factories in India, like in Cochin, in Andhra Pradesh, in Gujarat. We have factory for black pepper in Vietnam, and for paprika spices, paprika oleoresin and paprika powder in China. So we are exporting spices across the world, and we are exporting spices to UAE as well. We are having our own retail brand called Kitchen Treasures, which we have launched 4 years back, and we are exporting Kitchen Treasures branded spices also into UAE in the retail shelves of UAE, and we are like supplying spices mainly in bulk in steam sterilized formats as per the customer requirement. We also have ETO sterilized spices, mainly for the markets which requires ETO sterilized spices. And we are also supplying irradiated spices depending upon the market requirement. And it is good to meet you all here, and looking forward to connect further and all these customers within UAE, all the trader community within UAE, and looking forward to increase the trade relationship what we have in the spices front in the UAE market. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ajit. Now I would like to invite Mr. Anjo Jose, Mass Enterprises Limited.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Myself, Anjo Jose from Mass Cardamom in Kerala, located in South India. Mass Cardamom is one of the largest cardamom exporter in India, and we have received the top exporter award from Spices Board for many years. Our corporate office and processing centers are located in the Plantation Hills in South India, in Kerala. We are also one of the cardamom auctioneers and also own cardamom plantation. All this help us to deliver very fresh, less manhandled cardamom fresh to our customers. So if you have any requirement for Indian cardamom very fresh from the farms, you may please contact me. My contact details there are in the chat. I thank the Indian Embassy and Spices Board for providing this platform. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Anjo. Moving on, I would like to invite Mr. Maheshwaran from PC Kannan and Company.
Hello. Very good evening to all of you. I am Maheshwaran from PC Kannan and Company. Our company is involved in the manufacture of spices and spice products since 1969. We are the largest exporter of coriander from India for more than 15 years. Our company is having 5 spices processing units located in different regions, which are major spices producing areas like Gujarat, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, and Tamil Nadu. So we are regularly exporting many major spices like cumin, coriander, cardamom, fennel, chili, etc. Besides, we are having manufacturing facility for manufacturing spice powders and curry powders as well. So we have more than 25 years of experience in exporting our products to UAE market. And so we are willing to expand our market. If buyers are interested, you can contact us. Our address is there in the chat box. And I thank all the officials for giving us the opportunity to speak on this platform. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Maheshwaran. Mr. Anand Kishore.
Good evening to all. I thank Spices Board and the Indian Embassy at UAE for giving us this platform and opportunity to showcase our products, spices, to the UAE market. We are exporters of black pepper, dry ginger, nutmegs, mace, and cardamom. And we are situated in Cochin in India. Our unit is an ISO 9000 HACCP certified unit. I thank one and all. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Anand. And I would like to repeat, for the benefit of all the participants, the details of the buyers and sellers have been captured in the brochure, which has been circulated through the WhatsApp group, and the same would be hosted in the board's website, indianspices.com, in a couple of days. And with regard to the specific requests made by some of the speakers, the Spices Board would be following it up with the Embassy of India, Dubai, and we would get back to you shortly with further updates on that. With this, it's time to wind up the business interaction session, and I would like to invite Mr. Rajiv Arora, Second Secretary Commerce, Embassy of India, Abu Dhabi, UAE, to propose the vote of thanks. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Nitin. A very good afternoon and namaste to everyone present here. I'm Rajiv Arora, Second Secretary Commerce from Embassy of India, Abu Dhabi. It's my privilege to deliver the vote of thanks at this virtual business meeting. On behalf of Embassy of India, Abu Dhabi and the Spices Board India, I would like to take this opportunity to thank all distinguished speakers, importers from UAE, exporters from India, representatives from business associations and chambers in the UAE, and all other stakeholders for joining the meeting. I would like to convey our sincere thanks to Dr. D. Sathian, Secretary Spices Board, for his special address, giving us a perspective of Spices Board's role in promoting India's spices exports to the world. I would also like to thank Shri Divakar Nath Mishra, Joint Secretary Plantation, Department of Commerce, for his enlightening remarks, which highlighted India's potential in spices and herbs and also its immunity boosting qualities. I also like to thank Shri Alok Malviya, Dr. F.T. Wana, Department of Commerce, for his special address and his continued support to the commercial wing of the embassy to enhance our bilateral trade with the UAE. We are immensely grateful to Ms. Hasa Al Sumeti, Senior Food Hygiene Officer, Dubai Municipality, for her presentation, which was quite informative. And I'm sure this will be very useful for our exporter to understand the regulations. I also like to thank Shri Sandeep Kumar Bayopu, our Deputy Chief of Mission, Embassy of India, Abu Dhabi, for his inaugural speech and for his continued support and guidance for conduct of this event. I would also like to convey our special thanks to Lulu Group, Almaya Group, KM Trading, Sharaf Group, Arab India Spices, Fit Fresh, Bombay Foodstuff, Omega Spices, Spices Star Food, and Agro Factory for their active participation and for their suggestions. I also like to convey our deep appreciation to IBPG Abu Dhabi, ICI Abu Dhabi, IBPC Dubai and Russell Khema, POI CCI Dubai, and Chamber of Commerce in the UAE for their support for this event. I'm sure that today's event will definitely help in generating new business alliances and will further boost India's spices exports to the UAE. Last but not the least, I would like to thank my colleagues in the embassy and in the consulate, and also the concerned officials in the Spices Board, especially Mr. Nitin, who worked behind the scenes to make this event a great success. Thank you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, sir, for proposing the vote of thanks. Now, with this, the event is officially over. However, I can still see a few raise hand options in the this one. So I would maybe one or two of them. I would unmute, starting with Mr. Prakash Naik. Mr. Prakash Naik, if you would like to speak something, you may please do that and limit your interaction to the introduction of the company, the spices you deal with, and some relevant information.
So good evening, sir. It's Prakash Naik. We are into the millets and the spice export to the various countries, and I am new to this, especially the spice export. Can please give us advice that for the new exporters to now connect with the importers in various countries, especially in Dubai and all. So my sincere advice now how to now get in touch with importers as well as importers. So some database, trusted importers database, because I'm new to the spice market.
Mr. Prakash, we have noted your concern. You can contact Spices Board. We will take this separately. You can you can contact Spices Board. You have by email, and we would be able to give you the available information on in this regard.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And thank you so much for organizing this program.
Mr. Rahul Jain.
Yes, sir. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. My thanks to Embassy at Abu Dhabi and Spices Board for organizing this buyers meet. We are exporter, a company named HPRJ Agri Traders Private Limited. We are manufacturer exporter based in Central India. We supply cumin, fennel, fenugreek, and major spices in whole form. And we are also supplier of oil seeds, cereals, and other agri products from India. So my contact details are there in the chat box. I'm looking forward to have great business.
Thank you. Mr. Karthik, Asian Spices. Mr. Karthik, you can unmute and speak.
Sir, can you hear me?
Yes.
Sir, am I audible?
Yes, Mr. Karthik, please go ahead.
Good evening, everyone. This is Karthik from Asian Spices, Unja, Gujarat. We share a locational advantage as we are situated in Unja, the biggest market yard in Asia for seed spices, especially cumin, fennel, coriander, and allied spice items. And we have ISO certified automatic processing facility for handling all these whole spices in Unja. And our core strength is supply of pesticide residue compliant spices, especially cumin seed, as per Japanese and EU regulations and the respective country regulations to our customers. Recently, there are more and more pesticide residue issues coming up with many countries. As we have our own backward integration program for seed spices, and we can able to consistently supply pesticide residue compliant IPM cumin seed to our customers from our Unja unit. Apart from that, we have a world-class grinding facility in Salem, Tamil Nadu. Sorry. We have a world-class grinding facility in Salem, Tamil Nadu, and we are handling all kind of spice powders from there. And we invite everyone to be partner with us for your supply of spice requirements. Thank you. Thank you for giving me an opportunity.
Thank you, Mr. Karthik. In the meanwhile, for the information of all the participants, the link to the WhatsApp group has been shared in the chat box. So interested exporters can join the WhatsApp group, from where we would once again be posting the details and the documents in connection with the BSM, including the Biosalami brochure. With this, we have come to the end of today's program. Once again, on behalf of the organizers, I would like to thank all the participants, the spice exporters from India, the spice importers from UAE, the officials of embassy, and other dignitaries from Ministry of Commerce, my colleagues in Spices Board. I would like to thank all of you for making this event effective and successful. We look forward to having you on board for many more similar events in future as well. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.